Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're doing the quote-unquote viral TikTok hairstyle. I did this a while ago, but I'm just not showing it. And the reason I said it like that is because the first place I seen it was when Slade by Jordan did it. Y'all know. It's one of my babies. I love him. But that's the first place I seen that at, so I didn't want to say viral, and that's, honestly the first place I seen that. But anyway, so of course, you go in, braid your hair down, sit in the major's bike, and go ahead and throw your ball cap on. Now, the more you stretch your ball cap, the more you're going to be able to see up underneath. That's good and bad in the instance. You don't want to see complete black because it's defeating the purpose of having a ball cap. You want it to look bald. So, I stretch it just well enough so the front is thin and, it's easy to melt it in or whatever. But also make sure I put makeup on the bike to cover up any of the black where her hair is at. And make sure you cut the cap in front of their edges because you don't want no glue. And y'all, she was always exaggerating. They always do the most. But I'm just trying to make sure ain't nobody edges getting took out in the process. So after you do that, you want to go in with the makeup color. Now, this is something that I've learned recently. You can either go in with their exact shade or a shade darker. The reason why I say that is because sometimes when you put the glue on, it makes the cap a little bit lighter sometimes. I don't know if that's just me or with everybody, but I know I've had that happen to me a few times. And after I cut the cap off and put the makeup on, I just used a piece of the cap that I cut off to wipe it off with the alcohol. Now this is the wig. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this wig was full, but because they didn't pay me for YouTube promo, I ain't shouting them out. I know that sounds rude, but I need my coins. But anyway, I did go in and bleach and pluck this wig, but it already had like a good hairline, but y'all know I just wanted to plug it some more. So I personally cut the ear tabs out first because I find it that the glue turns white when you lifting it up to cut the ear tabs out afterwards. After I do that, y'all know I go ahead and I put my tape on there. I've did this plenty of times on my channel. I don't want y'all to have to sit through this again. But yeah, just put your tape on there and then put glue. I usually put 3 to 4 layers of glue, and I do use Boho Active at the moment. But if y'all know some other glues I should use, please comment down below and let me know. So once your glue turns clear is when you want to lay your wig down. But this is one thing I see a lot of people doing. Y'all wait for it to turn clear and then it's too dry. It's okay to have some little white spots because they'll usually go away on its own while y'all like sitting there styling the hair while it's side down, stuff like that. But you don't want the whole thing to be white. But then you also don't want it to be too dry to where it's not sticking. But you usually can tell the difference after you've done it a few times. So all I do is go through with that blow dryer. I do it heat, cold, heat, cold. I just alternate between the two. After I do that, I usually cut off the lace. You can cut off the lace with scissors or a razor. I use both, but most of the time I'm using a razor because it takes out a lot less work, to be honest with you, in my opinion.
Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe when he lost his shit. Gotta hold my own, my cross to bear alone. Ooh, way to dip, way to kill the food.
So right here, I'm just touching up any areas that I didn't get the first go around with the glue. I mean, usually I cut them off, but I just went through and just touched them up because I mean, why not? So this part is also a preference. I see a lot of people doing it a lot of different ways, but this is the way I do it. If I know my clients are getting edges, I go ahead and pull them out and set them with the band because I don't like putting the hot comb that close to their head whenever you be pulling it forward because they tend to jump more when you do that than versus hot combing and styling the hair. So I go ahead and pull out all the edges and lay them so they're already in the position I need them to go in. Then I tie it down. And that's when I get to styling. Because I feel like I shouldn't have to sit y'all under the dryer. So I'll just style while the elastic band is on there, while y'all edges are sitting. And I'll come back and do the edges later unless they're getting like a ponytail or something. That's a totally different story. I disappear if you live. Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe when he lost his shit. Gotta hold my own, my cross to bear a long night. Ooh, way to dip, way to kill the mood. No, you like that shit, ooh, baby, baby. Heavy on my empty mindset. I can keep from losing the best of me. Still worried that I wasted the best of me. Oh, you babe, you don't care. Now I'm trying to be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Trying to make sense of little change, got me a war in my mind. Let it go away, think he was holding me to the right, but it will pick up in front of me. Okay, so for some reason, part of my video got cut off, like a lot of it. So you really just finna see part of the styling, like, boom. You see, I don't understand. I think it's because I didn't have a lot of storage, so it did stop, but I didn't realize how much of it cut off. But anyway, I did use the tracks for this part because it wasn't a lot of frontal and the hair wasn't going to be thick enough. And plus, it's going to be covered anyway, so they're not even going to see the track. But make sure if you do have like a wig that's not super thick or a straight wig, just make sure the tracks are going to be covered regardless of what your client does after they leave out of your chair. Because that's one thing I hate. Seeing tracks, seeing braids, stuff like that ain't supposed to be seen. Now right here, all I did was spray a little bit of spritz to pump it up. And I put it in the ponytail, then I clipped the ponytail up higher. So, but here's the end result. I hope you guys liked it. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out my TikTok for that video. And follow me on Instagram at Hair by Tootie and Call Me Tootie.